Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone coming to you on what is going to be a very hot Thursday, an even hotter Friday, and you can cook an egg on the sidewalk Saturday. That's what we should call it. Don't even look at the forecast for tomorrow. I looked on my phone yesterday, and it said 100 degrees. And it would be different if that were a dry heat, but we live in Iowa where there's this thing called humidity, or as my dad would say with his Chicago accent, it's very humid outside. Apparently, Chicago accents, you just drop the H, and then you could try that at home, friends. Say it with me. Humid. Now you're talking like a Chicagoan. Yeah, that's what we're going to learn on today's program. But that's good because there's no rain, so we can handle the heat as long as there's no storms along with it. And that's good news for friends like the folks out at the MCSA fireworks tent that are open for business 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. through the 4th of July. I stopped out there again last night, got even more fireworks. So apparently my house is going to be the place to be on the 3rd of July. That's our plan, to do some fireworks in the backyard and maybe some s'mores. And conveniently, I could get all the supplies for the s'mores right here, y'all. We even have like a display that's just got everything you would need for a s'more. I can't have one because of my diet, but I'll just visualize it. Num num. Unless there's some type of a keto s'more, what would that be? That would be like burger and bacon, and then wrap it in cheese. I don't know. Somehow that's part of this diet, so I digress. We have a busy show this morning. We're going to talk about a lot of different topics, and to start, we're going to go downtown Muscatine, picture it in your mind, to the beautiful Merrill Hotel and Conference Center. Lori Denny is with us. She is the Director of Sales and Marketing. Lori, you're sitting here on the 28th of June. Did you know that it is National Handshake Day?
I did not.
There you go. Welcome to the program. It's great to see you.
You're welcome.
So glad that you're here. The Merrill is just breathtaking.
Thank you.
The first time that I took the elevator up to the what's the conference room name? It's got a cool name, right?
The Howe Conference Center?
Thank you.
Yes,
the Howe Conference Center. I don't want to get the name wrong. The doors open, you walk in, and then you step out on the balcony.
Right.
It's unbelievable. Right. It's unbelievable, that view. It seems like things are going extremely well. If you were to give us an update, and we certainly have a lot to talk about, but an overall update, I would say, from my perspective, things seem to be going very well. But how are things inside the Merrill?
We've been ramping up. I mean, we opened March 12th, and it was a soft opening in the fact that we just had a couple of our guest room floors ready for guests to come in. Since that time, all guest room floors are operational. We just finished our gorgeous presidential suites. Those came online actually last week. And we have our ownership to thank for the beautiful decor and furnishings in those rooms. And then probably most exciting is this past spring, we've been working on what we call our green space. And that's kind of the little park-like setting we have between our hotel and what we here locally call the old hotel.
Sure.
So our green space has come on board. We've got some patio furniture out there. We're still tweaking a few little things there because we do have a waterfall feature on that park setting. There's going to be a couple fire flames on the side columns to that.
Yes.
And so those are still kind of coming on board. And we're excited. We're still waiting for some sculpture art to come because, as you know, we're all about promoting local artists in the Muscatine community. So we have those coming on board. And then it's just going to be wonderful. We're anxious to talk about 4th of July because we'll have, of course, that will be busy downtown area, of course, for next week. And then come fall, we'll have some outdoor heaters out there and a fire tables coming.
Wow.
So things to come still. But for the most part, we're pretty much done. Pretty much done with all of our projects. And the hotel, as far as groups and occupancy, we've been slowly building ever since we did open on March 12th.
I wonder
So.
how we have all these soccer tournaments that bring
Yes.
Thousands
Yes.
of people to town. That I imagine, and I saw several families walking out of the Merrill on one of those weekends.
Sure.
So what a great
Sure.
location. That's
It
so
is
convenient
to
get to
the
and
to the
from,
parks.
right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
We've been very lucky, and we've got a good relationship with the folks out at the Muscatine Soccer Club and Complex. We were very fortunate to be one of many in town to host those rooms.
Sure.
Great comments from the families.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see a lively hotel. And then, of course, a lot of the soccer players are actually over in Riverview Park, and they're kicking a ball around over by the basketball courts. They
Yeah.
got some extra practice time in over there. And what's really not been unique about that, it's what this whole project was originated about, was giving back to the community, serving as what we call an economic engine. And so I think it was one of the first weekends in June, a soccer team had gone over to Ellie's Coffee House and had talked to Ellie, and they said, they wish they could have coffee out at the soccer fields. And so, sure enough, Ellie came the next day and furnished coffee for them and brought some Danishes. We've had other soccer teams go out and have food at some of the local downtown restaurants and have brought that in. So I mean, it's served the purpose of what it was originally intended for, was to bring folks into town, into the downtown area specifically, and then have them go out into that area, into the businesses and the shops, and spend their dollars.
Exactly.
So we're bringing revenue in and tax dollars, and then they're going out and spending it to other businesses. So soccer's been wonderful. We've just been full. Last week we were sold out. This week we've been sold out again with some large companies that have been very kind to us in hosting their meetings and their groups with us. So
that's just
nice to be full always.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, and what a great balance, right? So you talk about being able to serve the business community with the different conference rooms and the spaces, and certainly the rooms, of course.
Right.
But then also at the other end of that, the families that are coming to Muscatine for maybe their first time. They have a busy weekend. They need a place to stay. And you're absolutely right. Having them, whether it's that business class or that family,
right,
being downtown and getting out. I mean, because certainly all those business folks are going to be, whether they're dining with y'all at Maxwell's or going out into Muscatine. That's good for the health of a downtown.
It is. It's a start. I mean, it's a start. We still obviously have many projects in the future, some development projects and renovations along the way, but it's all for the benefit and for the good of the city of Muscatine and its community. It's only going to bring in more dollars so that we can, improve streets and additional projects and have more activities for folks. So it's a start. It's a start, but it's not going to happen overnight. But we're well on our way.
And look at how great these pictures look from inside the various rooms at the Merrill. My wife and I have talked seriously about and I think it's going to be within the next month or so, little staycation.
Yes.
One of her friends getting married. I'm like, why don't we just get a room at the Merrill? It'd be kind of fun to just to do that. All right, so 4th of July. So when construction was sort of progressing, and you could kind of tell that there was going to be this balcony or this deck on the Merrill, one of the first thoughts I had was, what a great view of the river, and then holy moly, 4th of July up there.
Yes.
Could, I don't know how, Lori, there's no other place where you can get that kind of perspective on the fireworks next week. So, and you guys are taking that and running with it with red, bites, and blue. So I saw this on Facebook, and I was really excited because this is such a great idea. You have such a good position for the 4th of July. So, and we're going to pull up the info on the screen, but let's talk about this, putting this together. I mean, it had to kind of just make sense, right?
It did. I mean, you're right. We saw this coming definitely back when we were first developing the project and so forth. And you're right, up that 6th floor, it's all about the river view up there. It certainly is. And we did have a little bit of a taste of some fireworks when we had our first large banquet with the Chamber annual dinner. And so that was kind of a little taste of what it could be for the 4th. So we did, we knew we were going to have to do something for the 4th of July. So we do have our our Valor Red, our barbecue bites at the Merrill Blue.
Yeah.
So it's our 4th of July celebration, and we're offering like a couple packages. One of them is just kind of dinner only. We're doing a barbecue buffet dinner. We do have a grill. Chef is all excited about that, Chef Clark. And so we've got a buffet dinner, 6 to 8 p.m. Of course, you're going to be in there hanging out, of course, till they have the fireworks at 9:30, in which we'll all go out to that outdoor terrace area to view those. And then we also thought, well, what about some folks that might want to stay overnight?
Sure.
So we got it's called a firecracker package, and it's great value. It's a good price because it includes a regular guest room for 2 people. You get 2 complimentary cocktails. You get 2 of our barbecue buffet dinners. Of course, the fireworks viewing, and then for those that want to sleep in the next day, a late checkout of 1 p.m.
That is fantastic.
And we've had quite a few people. Yeah. I can tell you as of last evening when I left work, we were already about at 126 reservations.
Wow.
So, and that's definitely for the barbecue and then some of the folks with the dinner. And we have sold about 10 of our firecracker packages. We do have a few rooms, Riverview rooms, still available with the firecracker package.
Sure.
You pay a little more for that Riverview, but it's not much more.
That is so great, though.
Some great value.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, we're going to have music also included with our dinner. We've got Tiny Toons coming up to rock the sound. And so we're going to be doing some activities. There's going to be giveaways throughout the evening. Folks will have the ability, if they want to go down and check out street activities, come back up to the ballroom, or have a wristband for everybody so we know who's part of our group and whatnot. But it is going to be awesome. I'm excited about it.
I think you should be. I mean, it's going to be such a great place to watch the fireworks and enjoy the 4th of July.
Yes, a very unique vantage point
Absolutely.
To watch them. So yes.
Yeah, you'll be able to literally see the fireworks come up from the Illinois side and watch them all the way as they explode into the sky. And then for folks that want to just check out the fireworks, you have an option there as well that's $14.95. Is that correct?
Yes, okay. The Stars and Stripes Barbecue Dinner Buffet is $14.95 per person plus tax and gratuity, and our chefs put together definitely a great buffet. We've got salad bar, we got grill stations with hamburgers, hot dogs, smoked barbecue beef brisket, his famous cilantro lime chicken. We've got pork spare ribs, beans, corn on the cob, kind of all the traditional barbecue fare that you would maybe typically have at a 4th of July picnic.
It's such a great spread. I mean, for
check out the desserts. Don't forget the desserts over there. We got your good old apple pie. It's kind of Americana. All of this. It's an Americana.
Some people might want to
meal.
put cheese on that apple pie. I've never done that, by the way. Have you ever done that?
I do. I do. Yeah, I do. It's got to be cheddar.
I can't wrap my head around that. I've seen it, Lori. I've seen it. And I certainly haven't missed a meal, but the cheese on the apple pie. I don't know.
Gotta try it.
But for $15, y'all, that's a great value. And again, the goal, when we talked about the chamber stuff with Alicia yesterday, the goal is to get people into downtown Muscatine for the 4th of July.
Right.
The Merrill taking the ball and running with it.
Yes.
Because you have such a great vantage point.
Yes.
And you have the ability to host a lot of folks. So when I saw this again, I think that's the reason that I reached out to Rebecca, because I was like, that just makes total sense.
It does.
Like I can't imagine, and not only that, but the balcony or the terrace. What's the official
outdoor terrace?
Outdoor terrace.
Outdoor terrace is the official
outdoor terrace. That you have enough space. That's a large area. Because the first time maybe the first or second time I was up there was for that math tournament.
Yes.
And there were a lot of people that came out for that, and it just. I mean, you could tell that it was a lot of folks' first time at the Merrill, first time on the outdoor terrace, and everybody was taking pictures. We come back to the green space that we mentioned.
Yes, there we are.
I've seen this coming along. Yep. Drove past it several times. It looks like a comfortable spot.
Yes, it's 100%. Been fun seeing this week like I mentioned, we've had some large groups in this week, and it's fun seeing people out there hanging out, enjoying the warm weather, should we say.
Oh, that view. Come on with that view. It's ridiculous how awesome that is.
It is.
And even if you're afraid of heights, just go out there once.
It's pretty secure.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
There are steel beams running the entire length of the building, holding that outdoor terrace up.
And then Maxwell's Restaurant, and that's a good
yes.
segue to talk about happy
Yes.
hour. And this is something that you guys just rolled out.
We just
recently.
rolled out this week.
Okay.
Where, like I said, we're slowly ramping up and so forth, and starting to do more and more promotions. So we now are offering happy hour, which is 4 to 7 p.m.
Great.
Monday through Friday. We definitely have some special pricing on beverages. You'll see them there, posted on the flyer. Mixed drinks, $4. Draft beer, $3. Which, you know, we do feature a lot of local beers and IPA for that, because again, it's all about supporting the community. We also have our house wine by the glass at $4, and then any of our appetizers or starters on our dinner menu is 50% off during that 3-hour time period.
That's super
So whether
cool.
you're coming out and just, because our whole lobby's kind of like a lobby lounge area
Right.
too, so people are gathering down by one of the fireplaces for happy hour or taking that outdoors to the green space. We hope you come down, and we hope that you meet us at the Merrill for happy hour.
I love it. It's such a great. I mean, it just flows so well.
Right.
And I think that also might surprise a lot of folks that are first-time Merrill visitors, because when you walk in, you are very much in a lounge, in a restaurant, and in the lobby of a beautiful diamond level facility, right?
Yes.
So that's,
should we talk about that big news
pretty
next?
Cool, right? So 4 diamond status.
4
not
diamond
3
status.
diamonds.
Yes.
Lori.
Yes.
4
diamond.
diamonds. Yeah.
And
that happened a month or two
no,
ago?
no, just like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
2 weeks, very new.
Cool.
So to let folks know the background, that's really, when we say 4 diamond, what does 4 diamond mean? It's actually through AAA Travel.
Okay.
And AAA Travel goes around and they have surprise inspections of hotels. We never know when the inspector is going to be coming. And they have a list of criteria that meets their different levels of diamond ratings for their travel program and in their travel guide. So to kind of take it back a step further with the origin of this project, the ownership always had the desire of this being a 4 diamond property.
Sure.
So when this was built and constructed, it was constructed to meet those requirements. For instance, a certain thread count for the sheets, a certain square footage for the guest room. Things like you have to have an original piece of artwork in every guest room. So it was designed to meet the 4 diamond status. So when we opened there in March, we did go ahead and put our application down, sent it to AAA, and we asked them to come visit us soon. And I believe it was either the first part of June, I believe, is when our surprise inspector came, and we never know. We don't know who he is.
Sure.
And he came and he finally notified our general manager, Tim, afterwards that he had been there, for a couple days.
That's
and
awesome.
that we had passed and that we had we'd actually kind of exceeded the 4 diamond ratings. So
5
we're happy.
diamonds.
5 diamond, that's the top.
Okay.
And that's super elite. And let me tell you, there's only just a few hundred in the world that are 5
So the
diamond.
Merrill might be sitting at like 4.5, really.
Yes, I think we were 4.2.
All right.
So, and I have to tell you, Tony, we now are one of 6 hotels in the state of Iowa that share this 4 diamond status rating.
Fabulous.
And we're the only hotel that has a 4 diamond rating and also is an IAC certified hotel. IAC stands for the International Association of Conference Centers. And because our upper level is a true conference center in every sense, ease of meetings for meeting planners. We were the only IAC certified hotel in the state of Iowa. That occurred, I believe, right back in April. So now we have bragging rights that we're an IAC certified hotel and we're also a 4 diamond hotel.
Wow. It's great. It's wonderful.
Yes.
4.2. Jeez Louise. As we wrap up, folks, you gotta check out the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center on Facebook. Visit the website and consider, a staycation if you're in Muscatine. If you're outside Muscatine, certainly, if you're coming to town for business, for leisure, to see family, maybe, you grew up in Muscatine and you're coming back home, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Consider the Merrill. I got a couple weddings I'll be DJing at the Merrill.
Yes.
Within the next months or so. So
yes.
I'm looking forward to that. And Lori, it was great chatting with you. Thanks for
Tony,
coming on.
thanks for having me out here. Happy to share our news and be part of the community, because this project was for the community.
And it's looking good. 4.2 diamonds. That's kind of like my GPA in high school.
Yes, that's awesome.
No, not really. It was like a 3.3. I don't want to brag, but worked out well. All right, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. Oh, up close and personal. Hello, sir. How are you? Oh man, he probably does not have any clue that he was just on camera up close right there near some salads and stuff. Jeez Louise. Okay, we're going to get ready for our next guest. And we thank Lori again for joining us. And I'll definitely have you back on for sure. Absolutely. So CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam always finds a unique perspective inside the store, and keep in mind the CBI Super Bank that is open on Sundays right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Wait, Lori, I think we got your glasses. Hold on. Those could be mistaken as mine. Everybody, I wonder if all the guests are going to have glasses today. I hope so. Hey, Peggy, want to clip that on? And we'll get you situated here. So yes, the CBI Super Bank, great staff. I say hi to them literally multiple times a day. Are you okay, Betsy? There was a spider in your shirt? Oh my gosh. That was not a Hy-Vee spider. That was a spider that followed you from home, I think. Oh my gosh. All right, well now I need to check and make sure I don't have any spiders. Peggy Gordon, hi.
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Happy National Handshake Day.
Is it? Yes. Well, let's do that again.
All right, there
nice.
We go. Right
Great
on the camera.
job.
Look, it's like a presidential handshake. How you doing? I like when politicians do that move in a crowd where they just grab hands. But if I ever ran for office, I just want to get to the point where I'm grabbing hands. You ever seen that move?
Yeah, it's sort of awkward.
Sort of is an understatement. All right. I feel like, Peggy Gordon, we've been... You more so than me, but certainly you and I have talked about a dog park in Muscatine for, I've been here almost 6 years, so probably 5 of those 6 years. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's been worked on longer than that.
No, I think you're right. With the 6 is when it kicked off in 2012.
Sure.
But you, of course, were an early supporter because you're the voice of Muscatine, sort of.
Thank you. I don't want to get sued, so maybe Muscatine's voice.
Muscatine's voice.
There we go. Yeah,
and you have been our... judge?
Yes, I got to judge dogs, everybody. I never thought I would judge dogs in costume, but such is life. It was great.
Yeah, you're awesome.
So this was a group of people that came together that formed a bunch. There's like a bunch of different groups. There's like Comp for Dogs, and through all these different events, funds just continuously were raised. Because yes, even if you're not a dog... If you're not a dog owner, you can appreciate having a dog park.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the most requested amenities. Mm-hmm. It came out of, I think it was the 2012 community meetings. Mm-hmm. And so then it was selected to be a CIE team meeting, a community improvement action team. So it grew from there. So it was early, Aaron Dindinger and a group. And then some more of us joined in late 2012 and 2013. Yeah. So it's going on 6 years of... Wow. Talking to you and talking to the public and meeting with our friends. But whether you have a dog or not, people wanted a dog park in Muscatine.
Definitely. I mean, I lived in Rock Island for a while, and we were close to, 2 or 3 different dog parks. Mm-hmm. We would go to the one in Bettendorf sometimes. So when we moved to Muscatine in July of 2012, this is my wife's hometown, and we had a dog. That's why when I could become part of the conversation, yeah, of course, like we need this. Not only is it great for the dogs, of course, but it's such a social meeting point for so many people.
Like-minded people, dog owners, dog lovers.
Yep.
And we were sort of a big gap in Eastern Iowa. You sort of pointed that out. I mean, Bettendorf has a great park. Davenport has a park. On Marquette, they have a couple. Milan. Sure. Iowa City has a couple of really successful parks. And Muscatine had a blank.
Right.
So. Yeah.
So then, something happened, something changed to really propel this project. And we're sitting here in June of 2018 and getting close to this becoming a reality. But what was it? Was it that grant that came through? And so let's just tell everybody a little bit about that.
Well, we always had great public support through our events and stuff, but it was smaller scale fundraising. But when we were invited into the grant last year to be part of the 4 projects for the CAT grant, the library, Deep Lakes Park cabin, the additional trail system, and the dog park, it sort of gave us now the teeth. And we were awarded the grant in November.
Sure.
And that really started the ball rolling because now we had the funds.
There have been some good pictures on the City of Muscatine's Facebook page. Right there. Boom.
Yep.
So
Progress.
What's the time frame? Now, certainly that picture was from early June.
Right.
Like, do they have a set time when they want this to be open? Have you heard? I mean, I keep getting updates just like everybody else. I just wonder if you got any scoop for us.
Well, we meet regularly with the Parks and Rec team,
Sure.
the city planning team, because we're going through lots of things. What you saw there was the start of the fencing project, which is the #1 largest cost item.
Sure.
There's probably about 2,700 linear feet of fencing going up.
Wow.
Plus a weed barrier underneath, so that makes city maintenance a lot easier when they're mowing.
Yep.
They've started the installation. It's a team that won the bid, which was awarded, I believe, in May.
Okay.
Not sure what Mother Nature's going to do and when they're going to be done, but even when they're completed,
Sure.
we're going to leave the park closed for a while to let the grass regrow from the construction.
Good idea.
Because you'll have a little construction movement. So that's really exciting. That's working. We were, the final approval was given for the asphalt parking last week,
Awesome.
which will be 19 spots of a parking area.
That's wonderful.
We received a grant as part of branching out Muscatine to where we'll have some trees probably this fall put in.
Yes.
We were donated our entrance shelter, which will be a 16 by 16 entrance shelter that Andrew Fangman's working on. Rich Climbs is working on the rules. So we've got all these moving pieces behind the scenes going on. But to answer your question, we don't have a firm date yet.
Okay.
We're saying late summer.
Okay. Late this summer?
Which is, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We want to get this thing done.
I love it. I thought you were going to say fall. Late summer.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, once we get the final approval on the rules and the fees, those are more city ordinance or
Sure.
guidelines.
Yeah.
See how the construction's going, then we'll announce it. We will have several events. One, a public meeting to help people understand
Yep.
the rules, guidelines, answer questions. Then we're going to be out in the public more at the farmers markets and stuff to help people sign up for.
Yes. So fees, that kind of, a lot of things on social media blow up,
Yes.
so to speak. So when a post was up about the dog park and the fees, people lost. Some people just they couldn't comprehend that. So can we unpack that a little bit? Because as a dog owner, I understand that there might be a small fee
Yes.
associated with a dog park. I'm okay with that because I want this
Right.
space. I want the space to be able to take my puggle Archie so that he's out and about socializing more. So I don't know if you have all the specifics, but let's talk about the fees a little bit.
Well, from day one, we've been asked, and we totally agree with the city, in that there should be a fee-based system.
Sure.
It's one of those amenities that not all residents will use.
Right.
It's not like Weed Park or the Mist of the Mississippi,
Correct.
which should
Correct.
be free and open to the public. It's more like the golf course or the aquatic park, where you pay to play.
Yep.
It helps with the maintenance, and we're not going to have staffing, but we'll have a lot of mowing that goes on.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be as nice as Muni's golf course,
Sure.
but still, it's going to be pretty nice. So we need to help pay for that. So we're advocating and promoting that there will be a fee. Now, what we're trying to do is keep it simple, be able to order it and pay for it online,
Nice.
which Parks and Rec has a solution for us there, which will be awesome.
Sure.
And then we'll also have other ways that people that don't want to buy it online can do that. So there will be a fee. We don't have the set price yet. We've suggested a per household fee as opposed to a per dog.
Sure.
Keep it simple. But we're said from 2013, that's what we suggest.
I tell you what, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like, Peggy, it would be, you know, if it's $25 or $50, that's for the year, right?
Yes.
Is that how that would work? Okay. So
Yeah.
if you're watching this and you're thinking, I can't believe I have to pay to go to a dog park, but it's true, I mean, because there's people that have cats that aren't going to go. No offense,
Yeah.
cat owners.
Yes.
God bless you, but you're not going to go to the dog park.
Right.
And then there's people that don't have animals that, like you said, they'll never use it. They'll drive by
Right.
it and they'll say it looks good. But for those of us that'll be there, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, like I said,
I'm fine with
we've tried to calculate what it would cost to do the maintenance,
Sure.
and to make sure that everybody's not paying an overcharged fee.
Right.
And when we surveyed, and the city also did a survey too of other dog parks to estimate what the fee is, you get ranges from $15 a dog to $40 or $50.
Wow.
So they've done their due diligence
Oh, sure.
to understand what the fee structure should be.
I think you have to do your homework on something like this. It just can't be as simple as like, oh, there's the dog park, it's open for business. And for some people, that's what their experience will be,
Right.
certainly. But if you can appreciate the amount of time and work that has gone into this, oh my
Yes.
gosh. I mean, people have, you know, they've just been there, and they're probably just chomping at the bit, literally and figuratively, to get to this point. And what a great point that we're at, you know.
Yes.
That's very exciting. And I'll tell you this, when you do take your time, like the different organizations and the city has done, then you're left with a final project that once it's open, you're not having to go in and change things immediately, or
Right.
things are up to code, or you know what I'm saying? Like, anytime you take your time with a project to this scale, it's worth it in the end.
Absolutely. And we want it to be great when we open it.
Yep.
And there will be tweaks and everything. We will still be a strong volunteer group, and we're asking for more volunteers to join us.
I was going to ask about that. Okay.
You know, whether they're there for every meeting or whether they're there just for an event like a fall cleanup day
Sure.
or some sort of working activity. So we will promote those things. We're looking at offering a class in dog park etiquette 101.
idea. Yeah.
Because people go and they think every dog is going to want to go to the dog park, and we also have a special section that we want to make sure is used properly. And our dog area that's 2.5 acres. We have an 1.5 acres that's small, and then we have more of senior area, but it's about quiet, timid, so used by 1 or 2 people at a time because they're animals.
Yep.
So we have a lovely little area for that. I don't want to chase.
Yeah, I mean, it's from having to the different dog parks in the Quad City area. It just makes sense because we've always had a smaller dog. You don't want to have the smaller dog getting run on the lab, and I love labs. I'm not saying that they're aggressive or anything, but when we start taking the older dogs,
Yes.
they're doing it at a slower pace.
Or a rescue that's in transition to a senior person. So
Yeah.
we have what is a relatively unique area in that Bettendorf has one called Spot, which is a quiet zone or is
Yep.
for smaller, tiny dogs. So we're sort of expanding on that. So, I mean, it's pretty exciting. Another exciting thing is this whole recreational zone on
I know.
Hauser.
It's wonderful.
You know, we have our Reed Park on the north side,
Yep.
beautiful. We have Oak Park, we have the riverfront, we have all these pockets. And we've always had Kenstein and the soccer complex, but now with the dog park, now Pollinator Garden,
Yep.
the new soccer addition, and the trail system connectors. I mean, the recreation zone on Hauser is going to be phenomenal.
It really is. I mean, you know, Ken Stein was always sort of like kind of on an island, right?
Yeah.
You look over here and you're like, look at this. And then there was just sort of that land, and it's great to have access to that.
Yes.
To be able to take these next steps. Because in 10 years or 15 years, when people are looking at Muscatine, you know, we talked to Lori from the Merrill, they're going to think, you know, talk fondly about the Merrill and how much that made sense. And same thing for a dog park. I mean, for a lot of people watching, they might think, really, a dog park's that? It is a big deal.
It's huge.
And especially, and you know this from where you work down the road at Allsteel, people that are, we don't want people to commute to work. We
Right.
want to, I mean, you probably have, you know, half or more coworkers that are driving
Yes.
to Muscatine to work. We want those folks to have enough reason to buy a house.
Yes.
And to put that money into the local economy. And a dog
Right.
park is one of those pieces to the puzzle. But it's a bigger piece than people realize.
It is, especially when at least a third of your households in town have a
Right.
dog.
Yep.
You know, that's just the facts
Yeah.
from the American Vet Association.
It's a true story.
And it's about 1.6 is the average. You need to up your dog average.
Oh,
in your
great.
house.
No,
It's
please
like-
don't. I'm upping my human average
Yeah, you
in
are.
October. The last thing I need is a baby and another dog. But I am obviously a dog person.
Yes.
And it just makes sense. You know, if the ratio were higher, there'd be a cat park. There, you know,
Yes.
same, there'd be a
It had to be
a
fenced all the
hamster
way
park,
around
right?
and be a big dome. so they couldn't crawl out.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, well, I was just one other thing I want to mention.
Yeah,
is,
absolutely.
The fees are going to cover the maintenance, but we as a group, the comp group, we're going to continue to fundraise.
Cool. Okay.
So we're still going to have events. Barktoberfest will probably be contacting you, but that might be a little too close to the baby.
Okay.
But we want people to enjoy that and come out and share that with us.
Yeah.
That was last year's
so
information.
Barktoberfest is such a great idea, and I'm glad that you're going to continue doing that. It is important because, again, to get that information out there, to bring that group together, and just keep them excited, and then after the dog park is open, to keep getting everybody back together,
right,
to
and
celebrate
it helps
that accomplishment.
Fundraise for other amenities, or we're thinking we were talking to Nick Gow, and he recommends that we reseed again this fall.
Okay.
So we need funds for that. That's not in the CAT grant. That's not going to be in the maintenance. So we're going to need some things like that. So
it makes total sense. Yeah. Look at this great pictures.
You know whose dog is?
That's Millie Morris's dog, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I tell you what, judging dogs in Halloween costumes, one of the highlights in my career.
How to embarrass your pet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, trust me. We've got them. Peggy, it's great to see you again.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so excited to see where we're at with the dog park coming to Muscatine. Very excited.
Great.
And thanks for all the work that you've done. It's wonderful.
Appreciate it.
All right, so we're going to send Betsy, who I will not get her name wrong today, in the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. Betsy, it's National Bomb Pop Day. This is real. If you go straight and then bust a slight right in the freezer section, you will see bomb pops. And if you want to bring a box back that I cannot have, but I will look at, I would appreciate that very much. The Toyota Muscatine cart cam is rocking and rolling. Head on over. If I need a third seat, I can grab one. Do I need a third seat? All right. You guys want to bring a chair with? Yep. BYOC. Bring your own chair. That's what we're doing today. Bring your own chair. All right. So Betsy is off to the races in the Toyota Muscatine cart cam, celebrating National Bomb Pop Day. Of course, that's a popsicle favorite treat that you're going to be able to find here at Hy-Vee. It's also National Paul Bunyan Day, which is kind of random, National Alaska Day, and National Insurance Awareness Day. So hopefully you have insurance. Have you clip that one on? We got one more mic. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's, can we have you guys switch seats? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Okay. So I'm going to have, can you guys switch seats? Is that cool? Little musical chairs. Nobody can see it. It's okay. We're still looking at the cart cam, y'all. All right. So now I'm going to go clip on. Okay. Sir, if you want to clip this one on right here. And we're going to share them, Mike. All right. Sound good? All right. So let's see if Betsy can locate the bomb pops for us. I believe they should be right on her left. She's looking for them. Certainly the sundae toppings are right there if you need them, which isn't necessarily a bomb pop, but close. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The original bomb pops. 12 of them in a package. Hot dog. And I know what you're thinking. Yesterday, National Ice Cream Cake Day, and today, Bomb Pop Day. You would be correct. So Betsy will bring those back to us. Okay, so we're going to go to Durant. We've gone to a lot of different places on the show today. It's like, where in the world is Hy-Vee today? We're also looking for Carmen Sandiego, if anybody knows. So you guys like that one? That's pretty good, right? Sometimes I try and have some good zingers. Ben, how do you say your last name so I don't butcher it on television?
Skrilloff.
Skrilloff, that's what I thought. So Ben Skrilloff, Julie Rivera, and sir, I don't know your name, but...
Ron Alpin.
Ron Alpin, of course, Ron Alpin. Yes, you tipped me to this. Yes. Ron, I know some of your family members, I believe.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I think I worked at Hahn. When I was at Hahn for 6 months, I worked with Heather, who would be your daughter-in-law. Is that correct? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Then they had a great family. So it's good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming on. Durant. All right. I got a little funny story about Durant, and then we're going to get to the business, okay? All right. I DJ'd a wedding at the community center.
Yep.
I forgot something after the wedding was done. So I called frantically because there was a piece of equipment that I needed. And I was like, I got to retrieve this. And the people of Durant are so wonderful. They went to the community center. Somebody from City Hall office, I can't remember her name, but she was so nice. Anyways, long story short, I drove out, and it was waiting for me with a little sticker on it. And I just was like, this is so great. I like Durant. We're not here to talk about my experiences in Durant, folks. We're here to talk about the school referendum and improving the Durant schools. Correct. And this is coming up for vote in September. And what you've done is sent me these unbelievable renderings of what things are proposed to look like. We just need to get it passed. So, Julie, if we start there, so is this something that you're continually trying to get out in front of people so that they know what's going on, so that is it something where they show up to vote, or is it a school board vote?
No, we need the community to come out and vote.
Gotcha.
And the vote, or the date of vote, is September 11th.
Perfect.
And right now what we're doing is we're going out to the community and educating them on what they're voting on.
Absolutely.
And what we're on the improvements that we want to make to the school.
So we're looking at a partial, let's keep it there for a second, a partial floor plan indicating proposed scope of work, and there's a lot that's going to happen. But it's necessary. I mean, in 2018, heading into 2019, you need to have these infrastructure improvements put in place so that Durant can find itself on the same, not that you're comparing yourself to different districts by any means, but you want to have everything so that when families, we talk about relocating to Muscatine with the dog park helping, same thing for the Durant area, certainly.
Right.
When families, parents are looking at schools, you get this passed and all this work is done, it's going to just make Durant more attractive of a community, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so we need to get everybody there to vote for sure. So, Ben, your involvement. I'm assuming you're a Durant. Are you a native?
I'm not a native.
Okay, so how long have you been in Durant?
About 10 years.
Okay. Well, hey, 10 years is a long time.
it is.
Almost a native.
I think they've accepted you with open arms, probably. So why was it important for you, Ben, to get out and spread the word about this? I mean, it's obvious to me when I look at renderings, and we're going to pull some of those up, but your involvement, do you have kids that are in the school system?
I'm a parent first and foremost,
Okay.
so I have 4 kids in the school district. 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, and a soon-to-be kindergartner. So why I'm involved is for the security of the building, the safety of the building. That's the most important aspect to me.
Okay, so let's go through. Let's keep it here. So on the screen right now, we're looking at. It's kind of like it's an inside look at what a new gym would look like. Is that correct? From that rendering. So we're looking at. It's kind of like we're peeking inside the building, right? And then Betsy, let's look at.
There's also hold on.
Okay.
The school behind the gym facility. That is our secured entrance.
Okay.
That will be part of the project.
Excellent.
And that is our number one priority.
Secured entrance. Is that what that main office would be?
Yes.
Can we zoom in on that a little bit, Betsy? To where it says main office kind of back there. So when you say secured entrance, do you mean like multiple sets of doors to get kids in and visitors in so that so you know who's coming and going from the building? Okay.
Yes, very much so.
Currently, you can walk right in, and there's probably about a 100-foot walk till you get to a person. So in this case, as you walk in, you'll go right into an administrative wing. So if you're a visitor, you won't be able to just walk right into the school in the proposed facility.
And for some, I mean, the world that we're living in, it makes sense to have this, obviously. God forbid something happened, and unfortunately school shootings continue to happen. So yes, this is the driving force for us. I don't know, it just makes sense to have that, right? But it's not an easy thing to accomplish, and I'm assuming it's not a cheap thing to get done either, because you want to have it done correctly. So when you talk about Durant school referendum and these proposed changes, first and foremost, you want that secured entrance before you even get into the other renderings that we've kind of been looking at. So that alone should get people to vote yes on September 11th. Yes. I mean, Ron, right? I mean, you want the kids to be safe. You want of course, the students, but the educators that are there. I went to college initially to be a high school English teacher. I have the utmost respect for educators. Their job is hard enough already. Safety, in my opinion, should not be something that they have to be concerned about, because they're dealing with a classroom full of kids.
That's right.
And I know how I was in school, and I was okay, and I want my kids to be the same way. So, Ron, obviously, Durant's, you could be called Mr. Durant as far as I'm concerned.
Well, born and raised there.
Absolutely.
Right.
And you've done so much good work for the community. So when you're asked to be a part of something like this, I'm assuming your answer was yes, and what can I do? I mean, that's you strike me as the kind of person that says, yes, of course, and what can I do to help?
Well, first of all, if you don't have a school, you don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
We have a great town. We have industry. In fact, the company just built over a $4 million plant.
Wow.
And we have doctors, optometrists, drug stores, grocery stores. We have everything, and we got to keep it that way.
Yeah.
If you don't go forward, you're going backward.
That's a good perspective.
We got to have a school, and we have to have them vote. We have to have them vote yes.
You want this school to be future-proof, almost. Correct.
Yes.
I mean, Julie, that let's look at some of these proposed changes, and I'll show you how it's future-proof. We had to look inside of a classroom. We talk about the main office, the doors, fine arts important, but then also like the STEM classrooms. So that's becoming such a big thing. So what we're looking at right now is this just would this be a STEM classroom that we're looking at?
Yeah,
Yes.
those are STEM classroom, or that is a STEM classroom. Yes.
That's great. Yes, science, technology, engineering, and math. I didn't get STEM wrong, right? It's very important. Thank you.
Yep.
You know, I don't know a lot, but I know what STEM means. But like, yeah. So, and then of course, right there with the auditorium. So, we want to continue promoting fine arts
Yep.
in schools.
So the current auditorium is too small to house parents and kids. The stage is too small, correct, Julie?
Correct.
They can't really, all the kids when they perform, they can't fit on the current stage.
And so then we have to go and utilize our gym space,
Oh no, you don't want to do that.
which is it takes time away from PE classes because they have to practice.
Sure.
And so
That's definitely, you're right. You need the space for
Yes.
sure. And again, like fine arts, one of those ways that I don't know. You know, in addition to supporting athletics, you want to encourage kids that are interested in band or
Right.
choir or some
Yep.
school productions, and to have those facilities.
yes.
You know, 'cause-
And we have those students. We have
Yes,
a
of
lot
course.
of students
Absolutely.
that are interested
I mean,
in fine arts.
and that's great. I mean, you have to have that balance for sure.
Yep.
Can we go to the athletic facility? So we talk about that balance. We show the auditorium and athletic facility improvements. Again, I like that you're doing a variety of different things. Well, you're going to be doing, because we know this is going to get passed. Look at that. I mean, is that how big to scale the athletic facility would be?
It's actually going to be bigger than this.
Bigger than
This is actually North Scott's gym,
thought so. Okay.
so it'd be very similar to that.
No offense, North Scott, but we're going bigger than you. Sorry, Lancers. No, it's great though, and again, like when you improve all these things, and maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but when you improve all this at the Durant schools, like it could help create some jobs potentially if you have more classrooms or a better auditorium. So yes, you're becoming future-proof with a school that is going to be attractive to young families, and then potentially be able to put more people to work in the school district, in the system. I think it just makes sense.
So can I talk about
Yeah,
the gym a little
absolutely.
bit? So the gym seems to be one of the things that is a factor with the security. So it's not just, we're not just doing this to get a big gym, nice fancy gym, right?
Yep.
The gym is an integral part of the security piece, because without the gym moving, there's some other security pieces that can't happen. Like the administrative pieces coming up front, the middle school gym, current middle school gym will become the fine arts suite, the chorus room, the band room, and things like that. So in order for all that other stuff to happen, the gym kind of has to move. Actually, it has to move.
It's got it. It's just part of it. So what's our timeline? September 11th, everybody comes out, they vote. I'm assuming the options are yes or no. It should just be yes. Have you thought about that? Just having the ballot say yes only. You could write in maybe, but you can't vote. No, of course, I'm kidding. But so let's walk through it. So September 11th, everybody votes yes, and then are we breaking ground? What would be the next step? Do we go right into that secured entrance point? Do you have you planned that out yet?
We have not gone into those details yet as far as breaking ground.
You want the yes, and then everybody will get
put out the
together.
bids and everything.
But hypothetically, when the yes happens, do you think that secured entrance would be the first thing that gets done?
Yeah, it's going to be as Ben was talking about. It's kind of a domino effect.
Okay.
You know, we start moving pieces, it
Sure.
affects all the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you've looked at this project, is it like a 2 to 3 year process to get everything done? And again, we got to
would
get to the yes
say-
first. I understand that, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully sooner.
okay, all right. Hey,
Well, we're
from a
taking care
security
of,
standpoint, it needs to
of
be
this
seen.
disabled also.
oh, okay, great.
Because-
Becoming ADA.
ADA compliant, so a more accessible school as well.
Yes.
So what's the how many people are going to be able to vote? What's our population in Durant? Pop quiz time.
About 2,000.
Yeah,
in the
1,800
town.
to 2,000.
Okay. So of those folks,
60%
60%.
is what we need. Super majority.
Super majority. Wow. When you see, pictures and a layout, and understand that the security is such an important. I don't understand how people can support it. I don't live in Durant, but if I did, it'd be a yes for me. I have soon to be first grader and another preschooler. So if I put myself in Durant, of course, yes. I want my kids to be safe, and I want them to have access to facilities like, a couple towns over have. So is it getting to the folks that maybe are either empty nesters or don't have kids? Because a lot of times when we talk about getting people to vote, it's literally getting them to come out
Right.
and vote. So telling the story the right way is so important. Could you go door to door? Have you thought about that?
We have.
We have.
Yep, we
You
have.
have done
It's on
that.
our
Okay.
it's on our
Well, we
task
haven't done it
list.
yet, but
Okay.
it's on our agenda to get done.
Now, what if Ron just went door to door? Because who's going to say no to you? Am I right?
It doesn't work that way.
Here's what you do. Put this on the ballot. If you don't vote yes, no more Polka Fest ever. It's never going to come back again. It's
You
gone.
remember that?
I do remember that. Why not?
Well, we have a music fest coming up.
Oh, you do? All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's leverage things. Ron Halpin says no music fest if you don't vote yes. September 11th is going to be here soon, so school will be back.
Yep.
And up and running. And so what's in between now and September 11th? Are there any meetings or public hearings that we want to encourage people to come out to if they're in Durant to learn more or to ask those questions that they might have? Let's just give out that info.
Currently, July 4th, we're having an open house at the school during the fireworks, 6 to 9 p.m. I don't know if there's anything. There are community meetings going to happen. Those just aren't scheduled yet. Meetings to discuss the tax implications and things like that.
That tax implication meeting, our financial guy will be coming in and speaking to the community,
Sure.
answering questions because he's the expert. I kind of understand it, but I want to make sure they get the right information.
Absolutely.
And that is being looked at for sometime in July,
Okay.
middle to end of July.
Do you have estimated cost for the work? I haven't even considered that because it just seems like it needs to happen. But do you have an idea of what it would?
The scope of the work.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So right now we're at 10.8 million.
Okay.
Is the scope of the work. Yes.
Okay. Well, you know
Yep.
what? If it can keep our kids safe and set up Durant for success, and because you'll see an uptick in population as soon as this work starts and then is completed. It'll happen. And like Ron said, you get business and industry to come to town, create those jobs, then people are buying houses, they're
Yeah.
spending dollars locally, and guess where their kids are going to go to school?
Yeah.
One of our problems are the rumors.
Rumors.
Yes,
Okay.
that the figures are all wrong and that they don't understand.
Okay.
I would like to see the people investigate it first
Sure.
and draw their own conclusion then.
Who's putting the rumors in Durant? What, you got a tabloid up there? It's TMZ in Durant? DMZ? What's going on? I don't understand. How can we control the spin? Listen, I'm going to look right here. Look, right here. If you're watching us, even if you're not in Durant, do you want your kids to be safe? Yes, duh. Do you want them to be set up to have success? Yes, of course. There you go. Vote yes. What else? Do you need me to come up there?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, $10 million. All right. Here's what'll happen, Ron. I'll win the Mega Millions, and I'll write you a check, and then you'll be good.
That'd be great.
That would
Is that
be
all that you need to
awesome.
happen?
Yes.
All right. Now, the funding for this, certainly tax implications, sure. Are there private donors that are stepping up? Is that something that, or no? I don't know how
We
this...
we haven't had anybody step up.
But you
No.
would certainly
We-
embrace a
yes.
Tony Tone wing
Very
if I won the
much
lottery.
so.
For sure.
Yes.
Hey, like bronze statue outside?
We will be the first to contact you.
All right.
If you win.
I don't want people to know if I win, Ron. I'll just text you. Ron, it's me. Checks in the mail. Right? Oh, that's always the biggest fear if you win the lottery. People know. And then they
Check's
just...
in the mail and I'm leaving town.
That's right. Honey, we're moving to Durant. Gonna build a castle and put a moat around it. September 11th. Betsy, can we look through all these photos again? This is a big deal for sure. For the health of Durant, certainly. And school is such an important piece. From STEM classrooms, let's keep on rocking through these, to the auditorium improvements. I feel like I'm narrating this. To the athletic facility. Keep on going. Right, keep it there for a second. Fine arts. Band room. We didn't even mention that really. So yes, of course. So auditorium important, but then that space for the students to rehearse and be together, congregate. You need that. I mean, Ben, that's important. I don't know if any of your kids are playing instruments. I want to encourage mine too, because I all I can do is sing bad karaoke. I would love for them to be able to play an instrument, but that space is vital.
Yeah, I encourage my kids, but none of them have taken that up. So, but there's other kids in Durant that do, so it's very
100%.
important. And that would be the current middle school gym space they're going to renovate to become
Because the secure
band room.
entrance
Yeah.
where the administration offices are would be moving to, that's the band room.
Okay.
So we're
That makes
repurposing.
sense.
We're
Yeah.
trying to, our goal was to try and repurpose as much of our facility as possible to keep costs down.
That makes sense.
So,
yeah, so you're not
yeah.
just, I mean, so maybe one of the rumors is, well, you're just going to bulldoze the whole school and build it up. But that's not true. You're just sort of, it's like playing chess. You're just moving things around while improving at the same time. And there, it's laid out right there for us, friends. I mean, it couldn't be more easy to understand when you look at something like a partial floor plan. How much work has gone into getting us to this point? I mean, it's probably been years.
This started
right?
2 years ago.
2 years.
Okay.
2 years ago.
2
Yep.
years ago, Ron had this harebrained idea to improve the schools, and he called Julie, and here we are. No, but 2 years is a long time. Getting everything ready to the point that is September 11th.
Yep.
Yeah. So, will you know by the evening or by the end of September 11th, that night, will you know which way the votes went?
We'll have a pretty good idea.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And where are people supposed to go to vote? Are there different locations? Is it one spot?
Probably the community center.
Community center.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know where that is, by the way. I'm almost tall enough that when I'm standing on the stage, my head touches the ceiling. So the next project should be to raise the ceiling at the community center. And again, when I win the Mega Millions, we'll have that, right?
Nice.
All right. And polka for everybody. Ron, so you've been in Durant your whole life? Have you been in
That's
Durant? Kids went to school.
I still have 3 grandkids there.
Yes. So you sitting here, you understand 100% that this is something that needs to happen.
It has to.
It has to happen.
It keeps the value of your homes and everything up when you have a school and the business.
Yeah,
Much so.
and you can appreciate that certainly in the business that you've been in. And
Well, yes,
the
for
support-
selfish reasons.
Yeah, right. but certainly you get that. I mean, you're sitting here as a business owner, and you understand that you can't be successful without a successful school.
That's right.
It all works, and then companies employing people. I mean, it's all, you know, it all works that way. So please, September 11th, and even if you're watching us in Muscatine or Wilton, odds are you probably know somebody in Durant. Just lean on them and say, hey, get out there. And this is going to be one of those things. It'll probably take less than 5 minutes, Ben, for people to show up and vote, right?
Yep.
Probably even less, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And we won't have any hanging chads or anything.
Nope.
We're going to be able to count all the... I'm telling you, just put yes or maybe. Because then you can count the maybes as a yes, right? Is it going to say yes or no? Is that it? Is that what the ballot will say?
Yep. Yes or no. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you guys stopped by. It's going to be a great thing for sure. And as far as people watching, again, you know, just think about that. The safety of our students in 2018, coming into 2019, is paramount. You want them to be able to come and go. And you just want them to be kids and not have to worry. Like,
Yes.
you know, I graduated high school in 2002. I was in high school when Columbine happened. And I went to a giant public school that had a threat like the next day. And that kind of sort of changed how you would sit in a classroom. And that's not, like, it wasn't a good feeling. And as a parent with a kid that just finished kindergarten and first grade, like, I never want him to have to worry about anything else except paying attention and not going to the principal's office.
Yes.
You know?
They should be worried about their studies, not worrying about their security or what's
Correct.
going to come through the door.
Correct.
Yes.
So setting the kids in Durant up for success starts with safety.
Yes.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Don't, because we need that money to go towards this project.
Yeah.
All right? So don't print a t-shirt unless Mega Millions, then t-shirts for everybody. That's right. Then we sway the vote because everybody gets a free shirt. That's not a bad
There you
idea,
go.
right? Sometimes I have good ideas, Ben. These are not bad.
It's not a bad idea. It's a great idea.
What would you say as we wrap up, guys? Let's sell Durant to people that are watching maybe outside the area. Favorite thing about Durant, Ben, how would you get people to move to Durant? What would you tell them?
For me, 4th of July fireworks and Fireman's Festival.
Okay.
It's good times.
Julie?
My comment would be that I'm born and raised from Durant.
Sure.
And just small town. If you're looking for small town community, not worrying about your kids on the streets,
Sure.
They can walk around freely and have fun. I think that's very important.
Mr. Ron Alpin? Mr. Durant? What's the elevator speech to get people to Durant?
Well, over the years, the value of your home and everything has gone up. It's
Sure.
increased. In a lot of small towns, if you look around, when they lose their school, they don't even have a grocery store.
Right.
And we're very, very fortunate, and we need to keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have, I mean, it just works. Look at that. I love that. I'm voting yes. Boy, why don't you just stick that on every car in Durant? Not as a sticker, but just as a flyer or something.
A wrap.
Like a wrap. Yeah, wrap a vehicle with I'm voting yes. Free, if you vote yes, you get a free I'm voting yes tattoo. What do you think about that? Do you have a tattoo shop in Durant?
No.
No.
All right. Well, that's going to be on
Neighbor
the next
town does.
referendum. Okay. I was going to say. All right. Thank you guys all for coming on.
Thank you.
Good luck with this, and I'm sure that there's been a handful or more of other people that have been involved in this
Lots.
process.
We've got lots
So,
of hands involved.
Good.
And we have a great committee
Sure.
members that are for this, are excited about it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, it helps when you have good support from two lifers, right?
Yep.
And the newbie. 10 years is, I mean, 10
Pretty
years.
long.
I've been in
Yeah.
Muscatine coming up on 6 years. I mean, you know, people say I'm still new, and I'm like, I guess, you know, I don't know, 6 years. At what point can you just be like, you know,
I'm from here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Maybe
right.
it's 10.
You know what you do?
It's
Then
time.
you get the Durant tattoo, and then
There's no turning back.
that's right. And then they can't doubt it. Then you got the street cred. And I know in Durant, street cred is important. It is. It's very important. Okay. I want to look at the renderings one more time because this is important and keeping the kids safe. And there we go. We got the Durant Community School. Wait, go back to that Facebook for a second, too. I didn't know that we had that up. Yeah. Let's see. So Durant Community School Bond, I'm voting yes. It's right there on Facebook, y'all. In 2018, we connect with everybody. And then, Betsy, if you don't mind, let's take a look at those renderings one more time. And we encourage everybody in Durant to vote yes. It just looks great. Keep the kids safe and keep them right alongside their peers and neighboring communities, Muscatine included, certainly. You know, you want to be able toe-to-toe with Muscatine and Wilton and all the communities that surround Durant. And please vote yes on September 11th, y'all. Ben, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Julie, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Tony.
Mr. Alpin?
Thank you.
Good to see you, sir. Thank you very much. Happy National Handshake Day, y'all. You came at a good day.
Oh,
right?
nice.
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 Yes, and in that grocery cart right over there's some bomb pops because it's also... Jonah, can you bring those over? I'm half tempted to crack them open, but I can't have it because of this diet that I'm on. Do you guys want a bomb pop?
Bomb pop.
Okay, all right.
I need to be on a diet too.
That's right. Thank you. So yeah, National Bomb Pop. I like that it says the original. Was there ever a copy of the bomb pop? Right?
I don't
Do they
know.
need to put that on there? I don't know. And the box is kind of backwards. It's a whole thing. And hey, there's a banana fudge flavor. So national. I didn't know that. I'm learning stuff today. National and a fireball in case you or a warhead. So in case you want a sour bomb pop, just stick to the originator. All right, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, and then we're gonna wrap things up for today. Maybe we'll catch somebody in the aisle. Thank you, Jonah. Look at that.
There you go.
The original bomb pop. Only 12 of them in there. I feel like there should be a big and tall version where there's 24 of them. But that, of course, would be the reason why I need to go on the diet that I'm on. All right, everybody in Durant, vote yes on September 11th, or I'm coming for you in a nice way. If you vote yes, you get a bomb pop. There we go. You heard it here first. Because in September, we're all going to want bomb pops. Hey, you come back, Ron. We'll talk about that music fest, all right? All right, it's good to see you, pal. Thank you very much. What a fun show. I want to thank everybody that joined us. It's been a busy one, certainly, you know, and it kind of feels like a Friday in this place. There's been a lot of folks in the Hy-Vee. So thanks to Lori with the Merrill Hotel, thanks to Peggy talking dog park, and thanks to Julie, Ben, and Ron talking about the Durant School referendum, the bond. Let's get that done in September for the sake of the kids. And I encourage you, as always, you can rewatch this show weeknights on Muscatine Power and Water at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on Channel 5. So if you miss part of a show on the stream, or if you're on YouTube and you get distracted, and if you have MPW cable, you can watch us on your TV. You can also watch us on TV if you have an Apple TV or a Roku device. Roku is just like a little... Betsy, could you Google a Roku and an Apple TV just to show people? We haven't done this yet. We've done this show since February 5th. We've never showed you what a Roku or Apple TV look like. We're going to do that for you right now in just a moment. So Roku plugs into your TV as long as it's not an older TV, and then you search for the Boxcast app. There you go. That's what a Roku looks like. Plug it in, download the Boxcast app. You'll see Hy-Vee today, and you're watching it on the old Tubarino. Who calls it the Tubarino? It's a TV. Jeez Louise. And then give me an Apple TV if you don't mind, please. And Apple TV, does the same thing. And there you go, right there. That's it. Plug it into your TV, your tube, and download the Boxcast app. And it's an app, and there you have it. Okay. I've said it all, friends. We're trying to get in front of you in a variety of ways. And this is how we do it with this show, and talking to great local guests. Talk about local. What a variety today. Talk about improving downtown Muscatine with the Merrill Hotel and their plans for the 4th of July. Improving the city as a whole with a dog park coming soon. Very exciting. And then we go up the road and talk about how Durant needs their community to come out and support them to improve their schools, to keep the kids safe, and to be at the forefront when it comes to making sure that the kids are on the same level as their peers at different schools. So that's what this whole show is about, right? Talking to people like that and reminding you that, yes, we're inside Hy-Vee and we'd love to see you for your business. Of course, 4th of July is coming up. Got a kids' breakfast on Saturday. Save you money on the gas pump. There was, and real quick, because I heard this announcement this morning, there was a customer at Hy-Vee Gas that got 80 gallons of diesel for, was it like 12 or 15 bucks? It was amazing. So the fuel saver works, and yeah, community first, and then we're here for you, right? And I'll just leave you with this again. You still have time. Support MCSA, Muscatine Center for Social Action. Buy your fireworks in that tent in our parking lot. It's staffed by volunteers, and if you want to bring them a water, it's going to be warm out there the next couple of days, but they're here for you, and that's what we're trying to do too. So tomorrow on the program, Friday, more fun along ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good Friday, and then we're doing 2 shows next week, Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll be not doing a show Wednesday the 4th, Thursday the 5th, or Friday the 6th. 4th of July coming up quick, y'all. So, HyVeeToday@gmail.com if you need anything from me. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine. And thanks to our friends at Team Staffing. We'll see you on Friday. And if you're watching this right now and you started it at 10:30, go to bed, you party animal. Bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.